check this one out. This is just incredible. That's after and that's before. After and before. So, I mean, it's just mind-blowing how good it can be. I mean, seriously, now, let me show you how does it work. So if you want to know exactly what kind of software is it, it's called Retouch4me, which is an excellent AI-based software that actually does the job for you. And literally, I'm not even kidding, only in one single click. Just to give you an idea, like if you're really a serious retoucher, you have to zoom in quite a bit and you have to make sure that, certain area of the image of a person looks professional enough for, publishing purpose or marketing purpose, or even just demand of the client. Essentially, the certain level of imperfection. When I say imperfection, I'm talking about not the look or changing the color or anything. I'm saying, sometimes let's say you can have pimples or some sort of imperfection in terms of the hair or the clothes or the lighting. And because of that, a lot of things can happen. So you need to do dodge and burn. You need to make sure the teeth are white enough because the white balance is not good enough, or the eyes because it's covered by the shadow, or some sort of issue in the skin or the hair, so on. And it takes hours after hours after hours. But in this particular software, this can make your life extremely easy. It cannot be literally more easy than that. Check this one out. I'm going to zoom in quite a bit, and then that was before and that was after. And let's go down a bit in the face area, and then before and after. Now let's demonstrate exactly how does it work. So I'm going to make sure that it's on the side and bring it over. And we're going to leave it on the side for now and turn this one off. And we're going to create a duplicate of the original image just to show you from the very beginning exactly how did I end up here. And the good thing is that I'm going to be able to show you literally the changes side by side, which is excellent. So it's good for me too, to make sure that you get to know exactly what is going on. Now, I think this is quite good enough to make sure that you understand exactly what is going on. So I'll keep it in the middle. Now, perfect. Now, I'm going to right click and then make sure it's rasterized. And then make sure I turn on the word after to make sure that you know exactly which photo I'm working on. And that is before. Now I'm going to the filter, make sure that I'm going to the plugin, Retouch4me, and check this one out. I'm just going to turn on dodge and burn. It's going to open up the software. The plugin, in that case, it can do like a work alone on Photoshop, work alone independently, or you can use it as a Photoshop or Affinity photo plugin, or any software that actually accepts Photoshop plugin. So let's show you the original one. So that's original, and that's after. I'm zooming in quite a bit. So what it did, it saved you at least a good 30 minutes of work. When I say 30 minutes, I mean, if you're really lucky enough, that's original and that's after. And I don't know how it did it, but it made it look so good and professional and very subtle. Doesn't look very, doesn't look at all fake or kind of plasticky Disneyland. So you can turn on the intensity, which I prefer personally, and before and after. So I'm going to keep it, apply. So we just did dodge and burn. Now, after the dodge and burn, the subtle change, you can see that already the changes left and right is very subtle, is very natural, and is very, very normal, which is excellent. Excellent. Seriously, it's excellent. And then moving on to the other plugin, which is going to Retouch4me. I'm happy with the eye, so I don't have to do anything with the eyes. But generally, the eye brilliance just brighten the eye area. We may work on it later, but most important part, another most important one is the heel. So heel generally is the one that actually, you get rid of all the pimples, for example, or the marks on the face, and certain level of imperfection. Generally, has to be very subtle and very natural in a professional world of portrait. So I'm doing it already did a good job. Check this one out. I'm showing you the original, and that's after. Now, let's say you don't know exactly where and what happened and you want to change it. You don't want to rely on the manual. So when you turn on the sensitivity, it's actually going to show you where it did work on. Now, you can reduce the sensitivity just to make it just subtle enough, or it can go all the way. Now, sometimes it can go in a different location that is not necessary. In that case, you can turn on the eraser, make sure it is big enough for you. And I don't need that because I think that, it's just useless and not necessary at all. It's not impacting the image, but, better be safe than sorry. Now, going back to the original image. There you go. So before, sorry, it's hanging up. There you go. So original, and after. It bugged a little bit because I'm using 3 different software: the Affinity photo, the plugin itself, and then I'm recording the whole process. So my computer is kind of getting all over the place. So before and after. Now you understand that how did it work. So if you want to change, if you want to see exactly where the effects have been applied, you can see literally live. This just incredible piece of software. So I'm clicking apply. You already see before and after. Right, where are we now? Majority jobs is already done. It's just phenomenal. Followed by Retouch4me, and then let's say white teeth. Now it's adequate enough, but in the professional world, you need to be perfect. I apologize for the sound of the vehicles, but I'm recording on my garden. Anyway, back to the point. I'm zooming into the tooth. So make sure that you can see the mask. So this is where the mask has been applied, the yellow part. So this is where the impact has been happening. Now, before and after, very, very, very subtle. Can you see it? I'm zooming in quite a bit. Before and after, very subtle. It's amazing that how adequate it is. Can you imagine doing that manually, brushing one after another? I don't imagine it. I've done this before. It took me hours. Now, you can either brighten it, which I don't recommend, or you can even whiten it. Now, to be more precise, you can actually create a mask and then brush on the original image. I personally, kind of a guy that wants to save my time and then go straight to the point, so that I don't need to create a mask and then brush the mask on an original image. But you can do that if you want to. It can create a mask in Photoshop or in Affinity Photo, which is just incredible, And then after that, you can actually change the layer method on the side. So that's done. So you already see the image change literally side by side. Finally, just a soft touch, you can use this particular software, the plugin called Mattifier. So it kind of takes away the heavy brightening part of the image and makes it well balanced all over the image. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Right, you can see that it's a very subtle change. To make sure that where you're looking at, I'm going to turn on the brush. Right, so that's the mask applied on certain area of the face, especially where the highlight has been super bright. Now let me show you before and after. So original, after. So you can see that there is subtle change on the highlight area. You can actually go really high. Make sure that it's literally nice and flat. But I don't recommend. I recommend it to stay with the original version. A little bit more maybe. And then original and after. Original and after. So apply. Voila. And then if you really want, just add a little bit of change. You can. That I didn't show you in the original image, but now I'm going to give you my personal touch. So I'm going to use exposure and make sure the exposure is attached with, no, not this one, pardon me, this one. And then change it to right, R-I-G-H-T. Right, and then right the exposure just a bit up, not too much, don't abuse it, just a little bit up. And then, ladies and gentlemen, check this one out. I mean, isn't it a wonderful work? And I'm going to show you how long I've been recording it to give you an idea that I didn't do any cut. 11 minutes. And in 11 minutes, I did 3 different things that takes, I'm not even joking, sometimes even 11 hours or more. That done in 10 minutes. And that's it. Now you can fine tune it as you like. You can literally invert the image and then just brush it on the original image if you want to. I mean, the whole idea is that in the world of photography, especially when it comes to the portrait, professional portrait photography, it's incredible how long it takes to make an image perfect. And this software is amazing enough to do the job that easily. So before I waste your time more, you see the demonstration, but you can download the trial and then use it by yourself. Make sure that you go down to the description below and then click on the link, download, and then try. And then if you like it, you can use my 20% discount using the link in the description below or the promotional code, whatever you prefer. And you can save a lot of time and a lot of money using that amazing piece of plugins. Go check it out and happy photography. Take care of yourself.